Notice of termination of Nico Nico Shunga service. It's happening once again. Once again, another massive Japanese site is being forced to censor itself by credit card companies. This is literally 1 month after the actual president of Visa Japan Worldwide said Visa wants to make its payment service available to legal and legitimate products and services as much as possible. It may sometimes decline purchases to protect the brand. And I'm going to be honest with you, protect the brand, they have only done the exact opposite. When you put barricades, barriers, and stop me from using my own money, and you don't be what your service is actually meant to do, be a gateway / vessel for me to buy a product from a vendor, then you are doing the exact opposite of protecting your brand. You're making yourself annoying and making me not want to use your brand to begin with. However, it is very apparent that these credit card companies like Visa and MasterCard hold a lot of power in Japan. They have a massive grip on the Japanese market. They really can give or choose what businesses they work with, and if they don't work with those said businesses, those businesses are going to starve and die off. So this is why they have so much power. They have entangled themselves into the very essence and roots of Japanese payment systems that they can't really just weed them out over just one day. It is so massive, in fact, that they're having an overarching domino effect continuously within Japan, and we're going to probably see this get much worse before it gets any better, if it even does get any better, before everything is said and done. So let's get right into this. So basically, this article is starting to make traction in waves in the last day. This literally came out today. Nico Nico's mature illustration service, Nico Nico Shunga, to end service later this month in January of this month. And this is after the long stream of just constant takedowns of different sites or payment processes being removed. Actually, Anime News Network even listed this. You have like Melon Books, you have Toron, you have DL Site, you had, Fantia, Manga Library Z, Fansa, and so many others that have continuously been forced to self-censor itself. Now, I do want to clarify a few things for those that are unaware of this, and this might be the first time you're watching a video like this from me, but these sites do have one thing in common. All these sites do house mature content. They house 18 plus content, hentai. They do. And every site that has this has been forced to either, say, remove said content or just shut down completely, so to speak. And obviously, regardless of your stance of gooning or hentai or 18 content, whatever, it is culturally a part of Japan, okay? Regardless of your stance, it's a part of the culture, okay? And I feel like an American company, or any company from outside of Japan, coming into Japan's culture and trying to force them to change feels really, pardon my language, feels fucked up, okay? I'm gonna be honest, that's what it feels like to me. They have no rights, no business coming into another country, a different culture, and trying to force them to bend to their will because they control all the money. It's messed up. Don't like that, and it's a really bad thing that's been happening continuously, regardless of your stance, or if there's content within hentai and stuff that you don't like to see it at all. At the end of the day, it's fiction, it's not real. And the fact that they are using this as leverage to ban stuff and control these sites and income and flow is not good, because I'm going to be blunt here. I'm just going to, just say this, okay? There is definitely also content on these sites that have lolly content, and I know that is a very heavily debated topic. There's so much conversation around. I'm not going to dive too deep into that. All I'm saying at the end of the day, regardless of your personal stance on it or not, when you praise and are excited for something to be censored, okay, like this, it opens the door, okay? And then stuff eventually will start getting censored that you like. And then it's a domino effect that will not stop. And I'm not completely qualified to talk about this because I'm obviously an anime manga reviewing channel, but it is something I know basic knowledge of. It's very similar to gun control in America. And it's one of the biggest, highly debated topics, obviously, in the world that people talk about when it comes to America, is that guns should be banned or not banned, etc. And here's the thing. One of the big arguments that people make is if you ban one gun, then obviously that door opens, and that means that every gun potentially could get banned. Because if one thing gets banned, it's on the table, and that door is open, and You get the point. You can't close a door that's been open so wide. So that's the point I'm getting at here, is that this is a canary in a mine situation, and if you allow things to continuously get censored and allow things to get destroyed or corrupted by Visa and MasterCard and these other companies coming into Japan, it's going to have a widespread effect on a bunch of their culture. Not just, let's say, anime and manga, but just their entire culture itself. It's not a good thing. It's not. I don't like it. It's bad in general, and regardless of your stance, I think censorship is bad. Now, there is a line. Something should be censored. I'm not going to deny that. But there is still something that needs to be said. Censorship in general, I'm not for. I don't like it. I think people should be free to write and draw what they want, as long as if it's not hurting anyone, it's not killing anyone, you get the point. As long as it's not doing any damage to anyone, people should be able to write and read whatever they want. I'm going to be completely blunt, okay? And all I'm saying is even if you disagree with it, even if it's topics and taboos that you absolutely hate, it doesn't mean that it should be censored because it makes you uncomfortable, because it is legitimately fictional content that is not real at all, okay? It doesn't harm anyone. All I'm saying is if you praise and are happy for censorship, and you're happy with certain things like this happening, then don't come crying in a few years when some of your favorite stuff start getting censored as well. All I'm going to say. Anyways, getting back more into the main topic here, Nico Nico is massive, and seeing this situation with it now facing basically complete shutdown of one of its major services that's been ongoing since like 2011, 2012 is pretty devastating. I'm really sad to see something like this, and it's just like, if Nico Nico can be affected, then it's basically, nothing's really stopping it at this point. Unless there is legislation and laws put in place in Japan to stop these credit card companies from having so much power, then it's over. Japan is lost. It's a losing battle, and it's going to get worse and worse. Because at this point, there is nothing that really can be done. The only thing that can be done from the people is either in Japan, the citizens have to cry to their politicians and say, please do something about this, or they just stop using these credit cards, which is probably not going to happen when they've cemented themselves as the main form of payment. So, because of that, laws need to be put in place, and I think that this is going to have a very bad effect on not just anime and manga, but a lot of stuff in Japan. And this is kind of like saying, oh, it's okay to have it's okay to have like OnlyFans content support. It's okay to have, different, like, say, sites with like 18 plus content on it, but it's not okay for Japan to have its content. It's hypocritical. It really is. So all I'm saying is, screw these credit card companies, and anyone that is fine with this, wait till it happens to you. When some of your content starts getting censored, then you'll be pretty upset. And I'll say, I told you so. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.